welcome to the Pastor's Study. We are watching and following David as he flees the city of Jerusalem. Last time we were together, we saw that Ziba came with some provisions for David and for his household and for those traveling with David. And now, as David is going out on the road and journeying out of town, if you will, he encounters a man by the name of Shimei. And this man has started throwing stones, physical stones at David, and hurled curses at David and accused him of being a man of bloodshed and calling him a worthless fellow and really just railing on him. And nobody likes to be railed on. Nobody likes to be accused, particularly when you think it might be falsely accused. But there's a very valuable lesson for us to learn today as we see how David responds. David had, certainly was brave on this man's part because David had an army. David had fighting men with him. And in fact, we see in 2 Samuel chapter 16, verse 9, it says then that Abba Shia comes along and he says, "Why should this dead dog curse my lord the king? Let me now go over and cut off his head." He goes, "This shouldn't be. You're the king. This guy should not be allowed to curse you." But the thing that we should learn is how David responds. You see, David had a sensitive heart to the fact that maybe God was bringing some judgment upon him. Maybe God had a lesson for David to learn. There were things that maybe David realized that because of his life, looking back in his life, he's thinking, maybe God is done with me. And that's exactly what he says. He says, he says, the king says, "What have I to do with you?" He says, "If he curses, and if the Lord has told him, curse David, then who shall say, why have you done this?" So he's saying, you know what? Maybe God has instructed this man to curse me. I don't know what God told this man. I don't know if this man is doing what the Lord wants. So who am I to say, stop it? And David says, "Behold, my son who came out from me seeks my life. How much more now this Benjaminite? Let him alone and let him curse, for the Lord has told him. Perhaps the Lord will look on my affliction and return good to me instead of his cursing this day." So David says, you know what? Let him alone. Maybe God will restore me one day. Maybe he was told to do this. I don't know. But I'm trusting God. When people make accusations against you or your life or what you've done, you let the Lord deal with them. And you focus and say, okay, God, what is it that I'm to learn? Learn the lessons that God is teaching you and let God deal with others who accuse you, maybe falsely. Until next time in the Pastor's Study, goodbye and may God bless.